So now it is my absolute pleasure to introduce Dan Cronin, VP Class Standards and Software at ABS. He'll be covering maritime regulatory compliance using Auros IQ with ABS digital rules. Take it away, Dan.
Very good. Well, thank you, Amy. I'm excited to be here talking with everyone today. We believe Auros IQ with the ABS digital rules can play an important role in the future of maritime regulatory compliance. So first, I'd like to start with an introduction to ABS for those that are not already familiar with us. ABS is a classification society that was originally founded in 1862 to certify ships, offshore rigs, and other types of assets. ABS plays an important role throughout the design and operation of marine assets. We are very involved throughout the life cycle of the ships. Our involvement includes the development of rules and guides that are used for the design and construction. We play a heavy role in engineering plan review against our rules, industry standards, and other national and international regulations to confirm that designs comply with the rules. Our surveyors are then located in shipyards around the world. They witness construction, quality control processes in the shipyards, testing of equipment, and the vessels themselves. After a vessel delivers, during its service life, ABS will then survey the vessels annually to verify that they remain in compliance with established standards. The ABS rules are at the core of our business, and we're excited to be working with Auros to offer a tool that makes it easier for shipyards, designers, and other stakeholders to manage the ABS rules. We can have the ABS rules, along with other requirements, put in a tool that actively delivers the right information to engineers and designers when they need it as they work. As a result, teams will be able to work more efficiently, eliminating the need to look for technical know-how and standards, and always work to the most up-to-date rules and requirements. We believe in the future, ABS requirements will be more tightly connected to the design environment, and the Auros tool has the potential to let us do that. We've been working with Auros on 3 different tiers of digital rules. Tier 1 is available now based on work we've been doing through NSRP. Tier 1 is a requirement management module that basically converts all ABS text into knowledge packets. This can be used to replace check sheets that are used to track the progress of projects. A Tier 2 tool has both the text as well as executable equations. So this is a combination of the rule text along with engineering software that allows you to carry out calculations. Finally, a Tier 3 tool contains both Tier 1 and Tier 2 properties, but also allows a designer to exchange data with a CAD system. So you can see on the left side of this slide that there's several CAD systems that already have connection to Auros. Again, the Tier 1 tool is available now, and we'll talk a little bit more about that on the next slide. So this is an example of what the interface looks like, and we've been able to convert ABS rules directly into knowledge packets. So this is a Tier 1 assessment control, a collection of knowledge packets populated with the ABS rules that creates a smart checklist. The rule can be viewed by clicking the Kpack link, and once complete, the evaluator can mark it as complete or include a comment in the notes. So these assessments can be configurable to work appropriately with any shipyard process or project. The Auros tool is hosted in a web-based environment, so anyone on a project can access the same information. Basically access a single source of truth. As the complexity and volume of class requirements continues to increase, we think this tool can play an important role to help organize information. ABS currently has 14 rule sets, 130 guides, and over 500 different class notations. So it's really a lot of information for shipyards and designers to have to deal with. This shows an example of a Tier 2 product where the executable equations can be launched directly from the Auros tool. So as someone moves through the Kpacks, you can set parameters, and certain parameters can be shared throughout the project so that you do not need to enter them multiple times. The software is set up to easily show whether or not a certain check passes or fails a criteria. The Tier 3 example is shown here. So this includes the Kpacks with executable equations and the ability to link to a CAD model. So this is a very powerful tool that can allow a user to quickly evaluate not only an initial design, but changes to a sister vessel or a similar vessel. Once the links are made, minor changes can be made, and so long as the links are not broken, the tool can continue to check compliance for similar vessels. Later versions of ABS rules can also be loaded into the tool to verify that a design continues to comply with the rules after those rules have changed. The system can be set up to notify the user anytime there's a new or modified rule, making the job easier. I'd like to show a brief video now of a designer using a ship constructor model to evaluate compliance with ABS rules using Auros Kpacks. So in this example, the designer is evaluating a structural drawing that shows deck stiffeners and plates. They first select the parameter, and then they specify the stiffener spacing from the CAD model. And once the measurements have been taken, they can pull up the Kpack executable and check whether or not the structure complies with the rules. Again, this parameter is stored in the Auros tool, and the parameter and the link to the CAD model is stored so that the parameter can be checked again later if there's a change to the design or a change to the rules. And you can see here that it clearly indicates whether or not the parameter passes the check. Very good. So as we look into the future, we're excited to be working with Auros and other partners to continue to enhance this tool. There's been a number of projects over the years we've collaborated on through the National Shipbuilding Research Program. In 2020, the team is working to develop links between Ship Constructor and Auros, as well as developing calculation routines in accordance with the ABS barge rules. There's a few of the structural calculations that are called out here on the slide, including the offered section modulus being calculated in Ship Constructor, and then calculating the required section modulus straight from the ABS barge rules. In 2021, we expect to be able to create a Tier 2 solution for the entire barge rule and high-speed craft rules. In addition, ABS is tagging our entire set of rules and guides to allow for quicker provisioning of the rules into Kpacks. So these tags will allow users to separate out different Kpacks based on different engineering disciplines, based on class notations, based on vessel types, and based on all the complexities that make applying the rules a challenge for designers. In addition to the work we're doing with Auros, ABS is working on an ABS custom rulebook that'll be available to shipyards, designers, or owners to generate a similar asset-specific rule set. We think that this will be a very, very good tool for the industry, and all of the tags that are applied to the custom rulebook will be made available to Auros to make knowledge provisioning easier in the Auros tool as well. So in conclusion, we're very excited to be working with Auros to introduce this tool to the marine industry. We believe there's very good potential to transform the way designers, shipyards, and ABS collaborate, making verification of the rules easier earlier in the design cycle. I'd be very happy to answer any questions. I think open conversation would be interesting here.
For sure. Yeah. Thanks, Dan. So I see Darren says, whoop, whoop, ship constructor.
So that's a very popular tool in the U.S. shipyards. And yeah, we're excited to have these links built.
Yeah, there's some excitement. I'm not seeing any questions yet, but I learned yesterday to give it a minute because as soon as I say that, we could have several pop up in the chat window. Okay, yeah. So here we go. Great presentation, Dan. ABS's vision for the future of compliance processes for the U.S. shipbuilding industry is helping an entire industry improve their competitive global position. So Jeff at Auros is saying thank you. Not a question, but a statement. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. All right, good deal. Any questions that we want to take for Dan? We certainly have a bit of time. Okay, here they come in. See? Jeff, very cool. Has Auros used the document in Jester to bring in the Kpacks?
Absolutely, absolutely. So again, we've been working together for several years. And ABS has already digitized all of our rules. So they're available in an XML format. And the converter has been built. So within just a matter of minutes, any ABS rule or guide can be converted into Kpacks, which are broken up basically at the section level. So someone can convert the ABS rules from the typical format that they would use it in, which is PDF, into a very user-friendly requirements management module with pretty good granularity.
Okay, great. Now, Jim is asking, how were the specs transferred to Kpacks? And if that was manually done, how long did it take?
No, so there was a converter built, and it can be done very, very quickly. I haven't done the conversion myself, but I understand within a matter of minutes, an entire rule set can be converted to Kpacks. Okay, a matter of minutes. Now, Dave is wondering, when did Dan and ABS begin its Auros journey? So very good. So 2018 is the first projects that we had through NSRP. And we've been partnering ever since. Ah, excellent. Justin is asking, is Auros KA being used across all programs at ABS now, or is this a seed project? And is Shipbuilders Connection a custom requirement for ABS, and who is building the connection? Okay, so very good questions, very good questions. So right now we still are starting out in terms of adoption within the marine industry. Tier 1 products, again, are available now. So it's not mandatory that the CAD connections be made available. Those are certainly valuable to have, but even using the tool as a requirements management module, we think brings a lot of value to clients. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a good one. Gabriella is wondering, what is the document in Jester? So it's a piece of software that will convert ABS XMLs into Kpacks. Okay. That is helpful. It's a little bit technical. Yes. That's why I said it'll help me maybe be able to somewhat comprehend it. Okay. Any other questions? Those are great. Thank you, everyone, for
sending those comments and questions in. We really appreciate it. Okay, yes. Sung Myung is asking, first of all, saying thanks for the presentation, and then asking how many persons are using this Auros in your group? 10, 100, how many?
So our group is primarily supplying the content. We have a group of about 10 engineers that have been involved with developing the Kpacks, verifying quality control of the Kpacks, working on digitizing the ABS rules. As this is more widely adopted, we expect that more of ABS will be using this tool in close cooperation with shipyards and designers.
Okay. Justin is wondering, is ship constructors connection being programmed by ABS?
No, ABS is not doing that development work. That is being done by Ship Constructor with support from Auros through an NSRP project this year.
Okay. And a comment from Patrick. Thank you so much. Great job, Dan, and great work between the Auros and ABS team. And Gabriella has another question. Who provides that piece of software to transform different types of docks in Kpacks? Is it Auros?
Yes, so Auros has developed that tool. And as we roll this out, we don't expect the end user is going to be involved in converting the rules to Kpacks. Instead, we expect the arrangement will be that ABS provides the digital rules. Auros or ABS will then convert those rules to Kpacks, and those Kpacks are then delivered to the end users.
Okay. A question from Gaurav. Is the Kpack converter does it always create the right Kpack, which has value tables also?
So the value tables need to be added. There's, again, work ongoing to get some value tables into the barge rules. And next year we expect barge rules and high-speed craft rules to have the executable equations enabled. That being said, users of the Auros tool can write equations into the tool itself. But in terms of everything being available automatically through the conversion of the ABS rules to Kpacks, we expect to have more available next year.
Okay, very good. Greg is asking, are all the ABS rules available for the shipyards at the Tier 1 level?
Yes, all of the ABS rules are available. We have a tremendous number of rules and guides. So there are a few very old guides related to burning of coal in ships and other things like that that are not available. But I would say 95% of our rules and guides are available.
Good. And just in case not everyone has seen this note from Steve in the chat, he says ABS and Auros developed an XML translator to convert the source ABS XML file into Kpack XML files. The conversion takes about 1 minute to translate an entire rule set, and the converted XMLs are then imported into Auros as a COP.
Thank you, Steve. Steve was the developer behind that. So
I gathered from that detailed description. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Okay, I think we have covered the comments and questions. I don't see any yet. So right now I'm going to post the survey link for this session. We'd appreciate it if you just, you can't click, I guess, from the chat window. You do have to copy and paste. So I have a note there. If you copy and paste that, just quick survey. Really appreciate, we value your feedback, and we definitely take it into consideration and take it to heart. And then Dave, thanks you for the presentation, and it helps him understand a good use case for Auros. Good.
Thank you for your time here, and for anybody in the audience that may be interested in setting up Auros with the ABS rules, please feel free to reach out to myself or the Auros team. Thank you all for the time.
Yeah, and so I want to let everyone know that we'll have just a little bit of a break here then, since we're wrapping a bit early. You can step away again, but come back at 9:45 if you do step away, 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. That's in 15 minutes. Nicole Nicholas, Seat Technical Lead at General Motors, will be talking about General Motors and Auros, past, present, and future. So you'll just click on the next session and join us then. We'll see you. Thank you all so much.